And welcome to UN 75 India and My Beti presents Talks with Women of Substance. I am Dr. Jawahar Surisetti, and we have with us a very special guest who is Devdatta Das. She is the head of content strategy digital for CNBC TV 18 and has had many hats before this. Uh, she is as of now working from home, but in this chat, what we'll like to understand, Devdatta, from you is that this International Women's Day, the slogan is "Choose to Challenge." Based on the theme that we have, let's try and understand that what is it best that you like about being a woman?
I think the multiple hats that I can wear, the fact that I get to be a mother, I get to be a daughter, I get to be a woman leader, I get to be so many things rolled into one, and I get to choose the kind of role that I want to play at any given point of time, and the fulfillment I get out of playing all of these roles to the best of my capabilities. I think that's been the biggest achievement that I've had as a woman, and that's what makes me tick. Also, the way a woman has when given the freedom, the potential that she can showcase to the world, not only from the perspective of what they can do at home, but also outside of home. I think that's something that I love about being a woman.
But do you sometimes feel that wearing all these hats, sometimes you are overburdened?
Many a times it's not easy, and it's never easy to say that you do this kind of multitasking on a daily basis. It's never going to be easy. But then every woman who has achieved some sort of success has had to make some sacrifices. You always have to prioritize something over the other, and then later on balance it out, and create a space where you're able to box your life in a way where nothing not one part of your life becomes overbearing on the other. So for instance, if during the day I'm busy, during the evening I will make sure that I've spent some time with my son and understood what his requirements are. As of now, his online classes are going on. So every now and then there are questions that come in. So there are times when I do interrupt my work and get up and go and try and help him out. Then there is the whole aspect of handling the house and the household. So you compartmentalize and you juggle roles in a way where it does not become too overbearing, but there are times when it does. And at such time, I must say that I have been lucky from that perspective, that I have a husband who kind of compliments me in every which way possible. So it makes life a lot easier to have a partner who believes that marriage is a partnership of equals more than anything else. So yes, I mean, it is very important that women who or are also allowed to kind of pursue their dreams, and at such time the external support that a woman gets becomes crucial in the way that the woman is able to flourish and pursue their dreams, and even while they are able to kind of play the different roles they do during their lifetimes.
So, do you want to change anything? Maybe one, two, three things in future. If you get maybe Allah Din ka Chirag, would you like to change two, three things in your life?
Maybe not in my life, because I believe that right now I'm at a very comfortable space in life. But for women in general, yes, there has to be a more level playing field. That goes without saying. And that conditioning starts right from home. Right. So when a girl is little, you're in 90% of the households in India, girls are told that learn how to behave, sit properly, don't go out, you can't talk like that, you have to learn how to cook and all of that things. You cannot pursue this career, this is not a woman friendly career. That level playing field must be created. I totally believe that there is nothing that a woman can't do if she really desires to. And we're all a part of the same species, right? We are all human
Yeah,
beings. So if a man can do it, there is no reason why a
why not?
woman cannot do it. So
Perfect.
it is that conditioning that needs to change, and that too from the beginning, from schools, from homes, because charity begins at home, right? So I mean, it's not a part of charity; it is a definite requirement.
But I have a question in this. What you've said makes sense to me. But let's say somebody says at home when you are a child, sit properly, do this, don't do this, learn cooking. That is mostly the mother, and she is a
Exactly.
woman, and she is a
Absolutely.
woman.
Yeah.
So what is it that the conditioning of women of a previous generation is not able to help the cause of a woman of this generation?
So this is a very, very big factor, Dr. Surisetti, that we have been seeing, and in fact, it's not been no different at my end as well. While growing up, I was always told by my grandmother that you have to do this, you have to do that. You cannot go fetch water for your brother. I have a twin brother, so who's my twin. So we were equal in both ways. But fortunately, my mother wasn't that way. So she used to create that balance. But the advice that I have for women such as this, that if your mother has is the crucial factor where she's the one kind of clipping your wings, that extra mile you will have to go. There is no other way. You will have to, if you do not stand up for yourself, no one else will. Find support in external spaces, friends, colleagues, people who do understand and want to support your dreams. And that is how you grow. You find support and you learn to stand on their shoulders and leap from there. But you will need to fight for yourself. You will need to learn how to fight for yourself. No one else is going to come and do that for you.
Okay, so maybe some thoughts on maybe not in your corporate space, but generally, is the corporate space practicing gender equality these days?
Uh, as compared to about 5 years ago, there is a lot of there is a lot of impetus put on diversity across the board these days, especially these days. There are lots of companies who want to genuinely practice diversity, and they are genuinely ensuring that there is a level playing field in the first place. That women and men don't get compared in the way that they were earlier, that women also get the same opportunities of growing in life that men had and men have been having for a while now. So there are lots of corporates who are doing that. Fortunately, I come from a profession where women out role the men, because in the media space you have lots and lots of women leading from the front. So that way I've been rather fortunate to have been a part of this industry. But I believe that there is a larger discussion and a more thought led discussion that people are having at the corporate level, at the top levels, at the management levels, to ensure that that diversity, gender equality more than anything else becomes a serious subject that is taken care of.
Okay, but this is pertaining to people who are working in an organization. But what about people who govern these organizations? Are the board of directors also practicing diversity so that the voices of women are at least discussed at the top level?
See, it's never going to be easy. It's been there for centuries, right? To break something that is so well entrenched into the system, and the way I mean, it's not only the way corporates are thinking, but the way you've been brought up to think also. So there is a conscious ploy to ensure that women get a level playing field. But then there are miles and miles and miles to go. We've not even scratched the tip of the surface. There is a lot that needs to be done to ensure that the level playing field is actually there in reality, and not only on paper as part of HR policies, that people actually ensure that if there is a man or a woman who has better merit, she gets or she deserves to be paid at par with the man who has been getting paid a percentage or few percentages higher than her just because of her gender. So that those are things that definitely need to change. There are no two ways about it. This concept about a child, if she's a woman, then she'll have a child and she'll get married and she'll go away. I mean, these are natural processes. How else are you going to become a father if I don't bear you a child, right? So,
Hmm.
is are you telling us to not stop having children? Are you telling us to are you telling us that the most natural process of being a part of this species is something that is detrimental? We give life and we should be appreciated for that. And if that is something that corporates can understand, it will be great. For example, why not have crashes across the board at larger corporate spaces? This is the bare minimum that I expect of any large corporate space. They have the money, they have the revenue, they run CSR initiatives. Why can't all big offices have crashes where trained staff is there so that women don't have to constantly bother about where their child is and what it is to be done? The parents can stay at ease while pursuing their career and going through this. I'm sure that corporate houses can think of that, and that's something that should be done without giving too much thought of it.
No, I know of two, three large corporates who are already doing it. Forget about thinking about it. So, yes, there is a thought process that has started. But I think we still have miles to go. Uh, and, uh,
Absolutely.
and let's say today this is 2021. Let's say 2030. What three changes do you think, from the women empowerment perspective, should happen or you want to see by 2030?
First and foremost, view women as equal. There is
Okay.
no reason why a woman or a girl at a young age doesn't get the same opportunities to pursue her interests and her career that a boy in the house gets. It begins right from there. So there should not be any girl who has to leave school just because the parents have to make a choice between the brother and the sister. All girl children should need to be given the basic amount of education. Secondly, at the house level alone, the conversation shouldn't be about what you can and what you cannot do. It is to be left for the woman and the girl to decide what she wants to do for her life. No one can be dictating to her that, you will now have to get married, you will have to lead this kind of a life, therefore, you cannot pursue this choice of career. So it is the woman's choice. Just like a man gets to choose what they want to do, it should be an equal decision that a woman gets to have, and the man and the men in the family, or the husband, or the father, or the brother, needs to be supportive of that, just like they are supported at every trans. Thirdly, at the household level, I see that a lot of times, and I totally believe that feminism isn't about putting the woman above the man. I believe that feminism is about creating equality. So, right from the young age, like the boy is taught to say that you're going to earn the bread for the family, and you're going to be the main earner in the family, so the entire responsibility of running the household is going to be on your shoulders. That conditioning should start happening for women as well. Why should not women in society take an equal role of having to bear the burden of running a family? And the choice should be there. So if the man today decides to say that, I don't want to work, I want to take a break, then opportunity should be there, because the woman has been empowered in a way that she can easily take over from the man. There is no reason why that should not be happening. That is a truly equal society that we're talking about. And even in the workspace, there is no reason why, just because I'm going on maternity leave and I'm expecting, I have to be considered a problem for the corporate organization, saying that, that woman is going away for 6 months and who's going to do her role. That should be an automatic conditioning. I mean, this is the most natural occurrence of anything of our species. So why can't we look at it from that perspective? Why do we have to see women or women professionals as a burden just because they have the opportunity or they have the power to kind of give birth to life? What if we stop giving birth to life? Then what happens, right? So there is a conscious decision that needs to be made right from the from when a girl is small to when she grows and has the capacity of making her choices, empowering her enough to be able to make the right choices, just the way empowering people, I mean, people empower men, boys, right from the beginning. So that entitlement has to be both ways, you know.
Okay, lovely. Lovely talking to you, Devdatta. We are running short of time actually. Uh,
Absolutely.
but otherwise we could have spoken at length on it's a huge topic to
Absolutely.
discuss. I wanted to take the corporate perspective from you.
Yeah.
So it was a pleasure to understand from an Indian perspective, what are the boardrooms, what are the corporates thinking of, and what do women in corporate life think of. So happy Women's Day, although I believe that every day is a Women's Day. But since there is a designated Women's Day, happy Women's Day and enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having me
Thank
over.
you.
Thank you.